And now you can see the Anime and Alcohol Show in all its video glory on our YouTube page at roughedge.tv. It's tiki time at Harbor Cove Cafe. Dive into the tropical paradise at the end of Spinnaker Drive in Ventura with vibrant drinks, delicious bites, award-winning fish and chips, and more. Now featuring extended hours and happy hour. Fridays from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday and Sunday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Harbor Cove Cafe, the hidden treasure at the end of Spinnaker Drive. Visit harborcovecafe.net for more information. It's Sunday morning, 8 a.m. That means it's time to drink some beer and talk some anime and other stuff. This is the Anime and Alcohol Show, live here on Rough Edge FM with your host, Devin Crow. Look, I even had it on.
Yeah, I sent everybody messages that I was live and put it on Discord channels and shit like that, and then I forgot one person. So
you got to remember that people are, it's Sunday morning, 8 a.m., so people are drunk, and it takes a lot to get them out here to watch the show.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So,
oh my goodness. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. Literally, the day after the show, Crunchyroll announced its spring anime season. And I was looking. I remember going home, going onto Crunchyroll's website and seeing if there was any news about spring anime, because we were on the last week of anime stuff. In fact, some animes have already wrapped up. The season finale of Frieren has wrapped up. Sentenced to Be a Hero, that wrapped up. That was fucking fantastic. They've already announced a season 2. And then on Monday, it was like spring anime has been announced. I was like, God fucking damn it. Couldn't have done it on Sunday.
Yeah, just do it a little in advance so we can talk about it here.
Yeah.
Well, we have this week.
Yeah, we have this week. And if anybody's wondering what this fucking sweet treat thing is here on this little children's plate,
it's terrible.
It is the new Costco raspberry filled sugar cookie. And it is probably my favorite item from the bakery in Costco since they got rid of the original muffins.
Thank you for bringing me one, and they are delicious. That is so good.
They are so fucking good.
And they say that it's 100% healthy. It's like eating a head of lettuce.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of eating a head of iceberg lettuce.
Yeah.
Just
don't tell anybody.
Have as many as you want in a day.
Yeah. It'd be good. Put peanut butter in the middle. Make 2 of them.
Oh my God.
Just make it worse constantly. So are we going to talk about the anime season first, or do you want to do something else first?
No, we'll talk about spring anime.
Okay.
This is the new 2026 spring anime. These are the season picks here. This is what Crunchyroll has deemed worthy of us watching, as opposed to the stuff that's just like there's this stuff too.
Are they usually right?
No.
Okay. Just wanted to check.
So this one's Daemons of the Shadow Realm. I'm sure it's just demons, but it's daemons. 2 twins find themselves in a battle between those who can control supernatural beings called daemons. That's it. Never heard of it. Looks interesting.
Okay.
We got the Witch Hat Altair. Coco's dreams of casting magic become a reality after she uncovers a secret and becomes an apprentice.
I thought it was Conan O'Brien for a second.
Right?
Coco, yeah.
We have One Piece. Now, One Piece is being aired seasonally now instead of weekly. One Piece was on a regular weekly schedule regardless of season, so it was coming out every week for the whole year. Now it's going into a season-based 12 episode, 12, 13 episode kind of situation. So we have One Piece. We have ReZero starting a life in another world, season 4. We've talked about that many a times. We do have That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, season 4. Demon Lord Rimaru's dream of creating an alliance of humans and monsters grows closer to being fulfilled.
It's nice to see somebody's dream fulfilled.
Yeah. So This is going to be interesting. With Dr. Stone, Science Future Core 3, so that's season 3. All right, we can scroll down. Let's see if there's anything interesting here. We have 100 scenes of Awajima, Agents of the Flower season, Flower 4 seasons. Sorry, Agents of the 4 seasons, Dance of Spring.
That sounds delightful.
An observation log of my fiance who calls herself a villainess, reborn in an otame villainess. Bertia tries to ruin her engagement, but only charms the prince instead.
Oh,
Ascendance of a bookworm, adopted daughter of an archduke. I believe that is season 4 of Ascendance of a Bookworm.
wow.
Botan, is that Camilla?
Camelina?
Camelina?
Oh, Camina.
Camina. Fully blossoms when drunk.
Like us.
Yeah, look at that. Classroom of the Elite, 4th season, 2nd year, 1st semester. Dorohito, season 2. Interesting. Dorohito, season 1 was a Netflix exclusive, and now it looks like it's coming on both Netflix and Crunchyroll.
What's interesting about that one, I'm sure there's more that's interesting about it, but that logo is in Scooby-Doo font.
Oh, interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. But very good anime. People have been asking for season 2 for quite some time. So interesting that it's going to be coming on Crunchyroll as well. Dr. Stone, we already saw that one in the top picks there. Aaron the Southpaw. I'm assuming that has to do with boxing. Southpaw is a boxing stance.
Southpaw is also a left-handed person. So
a single act of graffiti sparks a bond that could heal or break two young artists. Well,
could be either one.
Yep. Even a replica can fall in love. A replica of a young schoolgirl tries to define her own life after falling for a fellow classmate.
So they're getting into sex dolls already in anime.
Oh, already. Like it already hasn't been done. Gals can't be kind to otaku. A young otaku meets two gals in his class who may have the same secret fandoms as him.
I don't understand that synopsis at all.
Do you know what a gal is?
It's a woman, right?
No.
That's why I don't understand.
So a gal is a term for like.
I was wondering why they're being so.
It's kind of like
informal,
like a whore.
Okay, a prostitute.
Not really a prostitute. They're just
escort.
No, it's like it's a term that's used for women that like don't like kind of go by the standard norm. You know, like their dress code. They show skin, and you know they're just kind of they dress slutty and you know. Bronze their face and stuff like that, wear different clothing and stuff.
Okay.
I'm sure I'm gonna get someone to watch this that actually understands what a gal is. And they'll be like, that's not what actually a gal is.
All I knew was the old.
This guy has an anime show and doesn't know what a gal is. Oh my god. I'm gonna type this fucking thing on Reddit r/anime and alcohol show. This guy's a fucking loser.
Which is okay with us, by the way, because as Gene Simmons says, we don't care what you say about us as long as you spell our names right.
I don't even care if you spell my name right. I don't care at all.
You don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes a little more sense then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ghost concert, missing songs in 2045. When singing is forbidden, a high school girl hears the ghost voice that possesses her and grants her great power.
Now we were just talking about people whose voices should be forbidden, but we'll move on from that.
Yeah, mine's one of them. Go for it, Nakaruma-kun. An awkward high school boy falls in love at first sight with his dreamy classmate.
I do love that artwork. That guy is so nervous.
Yeah. This looks like a yaoi anime. A boy love.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It does, actually.
I made friends with the second prettiest girl in my class. The second.
He failed.
Yeah. I want to end this love game. God, when's all this fucking romance anime coming out?
It must be popular, right?
Kojima, why sing when you can warble?
That's a good one. Why sing when you can warble?
Arata meets Kujima, a strange talkative creature that quietly weaves its warmth into family days. It's a warble. It's a bird. Yeah,
birds warble. That's what they say. Birds warble. That's too funny.
Kodosky's Garden of Gods, a collection of unusual gods, begin to visit a home after an exorcist expels the former evil spirits.
Okay.
Liar Game. This looks like another battle royale style game. Now Kanzaki. Yeah, now Kanzaki receives a strange letter and 100 million yen and learns she has been selected for the Liar Game. Yep, this looks like a battle royale.
Also called politics.
Yeah. Oh God, what is this? Marriage
toxin.
Marriage toxin. Yeah, marriage toxin. Hikaru Gero, an elite assassin and heir to the family of masters, must find a bride to protect his sister. All right.
And then he runs into Sakamoto and all bets are off.
Yeah. We have Mistress Kanan. I know that one because that's
a street that you work on.
That's a street that hold on. Read the synopsis of this. Mistress Kanan is devilishly easy. A young demon usually has the upper hand with devouring souls until a fellow classmate captures her heart.
Love trumps hunger.
Yay. Needy girl overdose. Oh my God. OMG Kawaii Angel seeks fame, but behind her smile, there's more than meets the eye, like a transformer.
Uh-huh.
All right, we can scroll through those two.
One piece we knew about, ReZero's on there.
Yeah.
We're getting to the good one.
Oh, Reborn as a vending machine. Now I Wander the Dungeon season 3 is coming out, ladies and gentlemen.
And he is a vending machine with big ol' eyes.
Yep. I actually have not seen season 1 and 2. My brother was like, you should really watch Reborn. I really should because I love that kind of shit anime. But
yeah.
Rent a Girlfriend season 5, absolute trash. So we're not even going to brush that. Rooster Fighter. Now, Rooster Fighter is already aired on Adult Swim. But Crunchyroll is getting it Sunday at 1 a.m. I don't understand. They could just put it on now because you can watch it on Hulu literally right now with commercials.
Yeah, that's where I watched it.
So Rooster Fighter, that is airing on Crunchyroll. I think there's more.
Are we going to come back to Rooster Fighter?
We'll come back to Rooster Fighter. Snowball Earth. Now, this one is pretty anticipated because some of the greatest Japanese manga minds and video game legends have all read this manga and all recommend this manga. So
that's a good sign.
Yes. After 10 years in space, Tetsu returns to a frozen Earth to keep a promise to his robot friend and comrade. So this is pretty highly anticipated. I'm actually surprised this is not on the top picks, but Crunchyroll's fucking retarded. So not surprised.
Yeah, because that sounds interesting.
Yeah. The Angel Next Door Spiles Me Rotten 2. I wonder if that's season 2. Oh, now a couple. Yeah. All right, let's scroll down a bit. Beginning After the End, season 2. Now, I did watch Beginning After the End, season 1, and it was very disappointing and got a lot of flack because it was a lot of the fucking lazy animation we call stop motion, basically, where they just hold a picture up and put stink lines behind it to make it look like they're moving kind of shit. So yeah, it can't get any worse than what it was before. So I mean, you got something to look for.
If you like the first one, you'll probably like this one.
Yeah, we have The Drops of God. Shizuku and Issei face off at a test their wine knowledge to secure their father's estate. Jesus, that's my Drops of God. Fucking wine. We have The Food Diary of Miss Maid. Stuck in Japan for a year, Maid in training Suzume eats her way through every snack she can find.
That's a good role if you can get it.
Yeah. The klutzy class monitor and the girl with the short skirt. All right. The Strongest Job is apparently not a hero or a sage, but an appraiser. Provisional. Well, see, like in that title, it shows a question mark. You see the kanji writing above it? It actually shows.
Yeah, it's got an asterisk in the writing, but on the poster it shows the question mark.
Is that an asterisk? No, that's an exclamation point.
Exclamation point, yes.
Yeah.
I would much rather the question mark is funner.
The question mark makes more sense.
The strongest job is
provisional.
Yeah.
Hibiki is transported to a world where monsters freely roam. Will he ever make it home?
And he becomes their tax guy.
Yeah. The warrior princess and the barbaric king. Seraphina, the fiercest knight, receives a surprise marriage proposal after being captured by the barbarians. All right. Looks interesting.
Okay.
Welcome to Demon School, Aruma-kun, Season 4. We have Wand and Wistoria, Wand and Sword, Season 2. I really enjoyed Season 1 of this. I absolutely loved it. People were dogging on the trailer for Season 2. I don't know why. Some people just get so hypercritical over like random shit. You're like, oh man, Season 2 is gonna be dog shit. Did you see fucking frame 16 in the 30-second, in the first 30 seconds of the trailer? Oh man, that's the whole anime is gonna be like that. You can count me out. You're like, fucking Jesus Christ, calm your fucking tits, man. Holy shit, man. These fucking.
So you saw the trailer? And
I watched the trailer. It was fucking fine. Everyone's just like, oh my god, fucking. It was like literally like, let's break this down. If we move it frame by frame and frame by frame. Oh, look at that broken pixels right there. Oh my god, how could they call this anime with broken pixels when I go frame by frame? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking
go frame by frame.
Yeah, Jesus, fuck, man. Just people are just like, yeah, if it's gonna be anything like this, blah blah. Oh god, man, it just blows my mind. Some of these people are just like fucking retarded, man.
Don't mince words, Devin. How do you really feel?
That's why I hate like I hate a lot of these like Instagram fucking influencer bullshit people that break down anime and stuff, because they're like, people are so upset over the Wand and Wistoria trailer, and everyone's like, who's everybody?
Yeah,
and he's like, look, if we break this down right here, there's broken pixels here, and here. This is unacceptable in modern anime. And I'm like, have you seen modern anime lately? Like, this is actually good compared to some of the shit that we see. You see One Punch Man Season 3? Like, fuck me, man. It blows my mind. Just these fucking people, man. Just it's just
they don't have a life. That's all they
rage
got.
bait. It's all rage bait, and
it
gets them their fucking content, and it gets them their fucking content that they want, and they get people commenting, telling them how ridiculous he is for pausing, going frame by frame, and criticizing a fucking pixel, or fucking, it doesn't meld well or something like that. It's fucking stupid, but that's what he wants. He wants people to comment. He wants people.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get your attention so he can make a penny.
Yeah.
All right, where are we at?
That's it. I believe. I think it's
we talked about Witch Hat, did we not?
Altair, yeah.
All right. Oh, no, we have all these.
Mm-hmm.
Question mark to be announced.
Mm-hmm. And then simulcast continuing anime. I don't think there was anything. Go down a little bit more. I don't think there was anything I was watching.
You didn't watch Scum of the Brave?
I watched like the first 2 episodes of that. I just couldn't get into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so much for that.
Yeah.
So Rooster Fighter.
Rooster Fighter, yeah.
Go ahead and introduce it, and then we'll talk about.
You never added the pictures, did you?
I'm going to do that right now.
Oh.
No, I did add the picture.
Oh, you did. There it is.
Where's the poster? I like this poster.
That's my food from last.
Maybe I didn't add the.
Nope, it's the last one. That's Rooster Fighter.
Okay.
This is a high production show. We rely on lots of stuff. Why is it? Oh, it's metal. That Jack Daniels poster back there looked like it was black, but it was just because it's a metal.
Sometimes it looks like a window. It's a very strange thing.
It was metallic. Rooster Fighter. This is about a show of a rooster that fights kaiju. in the most ridiculous ways.
This is what's so funny about it. These kaiju are demons, and they're sprung from
Despair of humanity.
Yes, exactly. And they're just mean and vicious. I mean, I love the way they actually look. Look at this demon. That's a cool demon.
So this is actually a human, and they kind of tease towards it. Like you'll see like people that are like off into a corner with their head down and stuff like that. And there's like a thing on the back of their neck, and it allows them to sprout into this monster demon. And yes, this rooster takes these things on.
And he does it because they killed his sister. Right?
Yes.
And so he wants them all dead. And it's one of those things where it's like, he's not out to protect anybody. He's just out to kill as many of these as he can.
Yes.
And he's got special powers.
Kind of. Yeah. I mean, he has a special shout ability.
Cuckoo!
Yeah. The cuckoo. I'm assuming did you watch it?
I only watched first episode.
Did you watch it subtitled or dubbed?
I watched it dubbed.
Was his move called the cock-a-doodle-doo?
I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a lot in there that I wondered if it was in the original dialogue, because it was hysterical dialogue.
Yeah. Oh no, it was hysterical and subtitled as well. Okay. But cock-a-doodle-doo isn't the same in Japan. So I was wondering if they call it cock-a-doodle-doo.
I'm almost positive they did, yes.
Yeah. And so but the show starts off with a rooster sex scene, a chicken sex scene. Yeah.
And ends with one.
Yeah, and ends with one, the first episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I will say this, it is guilty of what Devin was talking about earlier, the lazy animation, because there's a lot of still frames with dialogue and stuff going on over them.
Yeah.
But you forgive it because it's so damn funny.
It is really funny.
Hysterically funny.
Yeah.
And I love the first line to the demon that the rooster says. The demon's all screaming at him, telling him he's going to kill him, and the rooster looks at him and goes, "That's enough out of you." Yeah. It's just silly, but it was a lot of fun. It was really fun.
It's super goofy. It's obviously ridiculous.
It's supposed to be funny.
And it's supposed to be funny. Yeah, that's why I watched it, and I was like, Scotch needs to watch this because he would find this hilarious.
There's our hero right there. I don't think I've met the other two yet.
The black one shows up in the second episode.
Okay, and he's obviously a samurai.
That's a girl rooster or girl chicken. Sorry, and then the other one's a silky. With the puffy hair, they're called silkies.
And then I love this poster art because it looks so much more intense than what you're watching.
I believe
except for the little thing.
I believe that's from the manga.
It probably is.
Yes, this is a manga.
I'm surprised to find there was a manga.
Yes, there is a manga of it. So, yeah, that's Rooster Fighter. It is out now on Adult Swim. You can watch it on Hulu as well.
They only have 3 episodes on Hulu right now. I guess
it's done weekly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's a weekly release. I think the 3rd episode just released yesterday.
It's funny because it did remind me of my favorite show, which is Sakamoto, but in a completely and utterly different way, because he's just plowing through these kaiju.
What's up? Just a regular rhino. Yeah, it has tits. You can't tell it's a girl. You can tell. You can't tell it's a girl. But and then hi Apollo. I am just a regular rhino. Welcome into the chat.
Thank you.
It's a first-time chatter as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So Rooster Fighter is a lot of fun. Is the animation quality amazing? No, it's better than most though that have come out recently. So
especially the demons. I like the way the demons are drawn.
Does that chicken have tits? Go back. I think it does. Oh, it's blocked. Well, she's got 2 breasts. Z-Chum friend, hell yeah.
Demon again. I think the demons are cool. And this guy is a car salesman who didn't make his quota. So he became a demon. And still, the entire time he's a demon, he's thinking about car sales.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. But he gets his. So he gets the cacao.
Yes, he also agrees with you that the demons look cool too. So
I enjoyed that very much. I didn't expect to. I put it on last night. Of course, it was perfect because I put it on. I started watching it, and I'm laughing my head off. And my wife looks at me, shakes her head, and goes to bed. Like, Whatever. Okay.
Yes, I was just thinking to myself. I was like, Shelly would walk in. Shelly would walk in right when the two chickens are having sex as well.
She saw that part. That was pretty much when she shook her head and got up and left. Because you said you see this chicken coop from a distance, and you hear the moaning and the crying and I'm going, is this a sex scene or a fight scene? Oh, it's a sex scene.
Yeah.
It was good. What else did you see?
I watched a few movies over the weekend as well. I'm not anime related, but let's see. I watched Anaconda.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I was really wanting to watch that movie. I thought the refresh goofy aspect of Anaconda, I really wanted to see it. You watched it in theaters without me.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a funny retelling of the original movie, based on the fact that these guys aren't, well, they don't start out reliving the original movie. They just want to remake the movie.
Yeah.
But then they accidentally kill their own snake, so they have to find another one. But the snake kind of finds them.
The snake finds them.
Yeah.
And mass havoc and craziness happen.
I don't know if that movie would be as good if you didn't have Paul Rudd and Jack Black in it.
No.
Because they really, as a matter of fact,
was that Zoe Saldana too?
Yes, it is.
Zoe, okay.
Yeah, and she's great too. I don't think when I initially saw it that I realized they were playing characters. I thought they were playing themselves. That's the only thing I thought would have been funnier if it actually had been Paul Rudd and Jack Black playing Paul Rudd and Jack Black.
Yeah.
Still, it's just stupid and fun and worth 90 minutes sitting down watching.
Yeah, it was a super goofy movie. Like, you're not expecting Anaconda with Jennifer Lopez, although there are some really good cameos in the movie.
Yes, there are.
But
have you gone back and watched that one since then?
I have. I probably watch Anaconda twice a year.
Really?
Yeah.
It made me want to go back and see the original again.
I go through and watch like that one and then the sequels.
Yeah, the sequels, which get progressively worse.
Oh my God. Did progressively worse is an understatement.
Yes.
They get bad. Like really bad. They explain how the Anaconda, I think it's the third one. Is it second or third? It's Anaconda Hunt for the Blood Orchid.
Okay.
And they explain how the anacondas get so big. And it's because there's a chemical in this orchid that the monkeys eat, and then the anacondas eat the monkeys, and this chemical hunt for the blood orchid. Look at that.
26% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. And then but it's the orchid itself that basically gives you everlasting life kind of shit. And since the monkeys eat the orchid flower and then the anacondas eat the monkeys, the anacondas are basically able to continuously grow and grow and grow.
So they pretty much explain King Kong and Anaconda.
Yes.
Very
yes. Good. So
I have to read you this review for Anaconda's The Hunt for the Blood Orchid. The only thing worth hunting for in this mess is the exit. That's a good line.
And then a quick trip to the box office to demand your money back. Clearly a bottom feeder.
Yeah, they just got progressively worse. What was the other one? I went to the wrong page. But anyway, this one is intended to be funny. It's intended to be different than the original, and it's a lot of fun. So we recommend Anaconda.
Super goofy, ridiculous. I also watched SISU, Road to Revenge.
Yes. We have differing opinions on this one.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, is the movie a bad movie? No, it is not a bad movie. It is very entertaining.
Lots of Nazis die.
Yeah, the Russians.
Yeah.
Who
are working with the Nazis, right?
I think so.
I think so too.
Doesn't
matter. They bad guys die.
Bad guys die. So it starts off with him like explaining that like Russia took over a chunk of, was it Switzerland?
His homeland.
Finland. Where's Finland? Sorry, Finland. They took over a chunk of Finland, which pushed the Finland population further in, and thousands of people lost their homes and blah, 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 blah. Well, he is crossing the border to go to his home where his wife and children had died and
murdered by
Nazi Russians. And he goes there to essentially disassemble his home to rebuild it on
Finnish
land. And so he's doing all that, and then it pans to this Russian prison and this dude in there who was in prison, I'm assuming, for being too ruthless. And they explain that he was the one that killed SISU's wife and children with a shovel, chopped them up with a shovel because he wanted to save bullets, and that SISU killed a shit ton of dudes, and that this is his problem and he needs to fix his problem, and then he'll come back a free man with a bunch of money. Who is played by the guy from Avatar, or the villain from Avatar,
Stephen Lang, right?
Stephen Lang, yes. And so, and then chaos ensues from that. Here's the thing, though. There was, in my opinion, there was nowhere near the same amount of chaos than in the first one.
There wasn't. There was a lot of storytelling.
There was a lot of storytelling.
He had to explain without words, because SISU doesn't talk, what he was doing. And that was going across enemy lines to his house, to dismantle his house, to bring it back, to rebuild it.
Yes.
That's because that's the kind of guy he is. He's very determined.
He is very determined. And, you know, in the original SISU, there was like super crazy kill scenes, explosions, body parts flying everywhere, blood spraying everywhere. This had that. My problem with it is the story felt so put together so quickly that it just felt a little lost and rushed. And I felt like the movie was relying on the gore factor over, you know, the story. It made more sense him protecting his gold and the Nazi Russians, you know, going after this gold trove that he had found and causing all kinds of chaos from that, over he is just trying to save the wood from his home.
Well, so he could rebuild his home. I think the difference is this one was a little more mythical. The first one was an action adventure story, and like you said, he just wanted his gold back, which he got.
Yeah.
This one's a little more mythical because he's known throughout Europe as this particular SISU. It's not known as SISU. That's just the word they use. That's the feeling that people get when they think about him. His name's like John or something.
Yeah,
but in this one, he becomes the more mythical creature, human being, than he was in the first one, and that's a big difference between the two films. But I do love the scene so much. My favorite scene in the whole movie is where and I'm not going to ruin anything for you, I promise, but they locked him up on a train, and then they got him hanging by his hands. He manages to get out of that chain, kill two Nazis inside, and one of the Nazis opens the window and looks inside, and there's just blood everywhere. And SISU, because that's what we all call him, is standing there looking at them through that slat. And the Nazi guy closes it and goes, "That's not good."
Yeah.
And it wasn't good.
Yeah.
So, did you like them? I don't want to give away. Let's just say, did you like the ending?
Yeah. Here's the thing. The movie was fine, you know, but I just felt like they were like, how are we going to one up all the stuff from the first movie? We have to do this, this, and this. I mean, he jumps a fucking tank. He flips a tank. Like, he's like driving this tank with all of his house wood strapped to the tank, and he puts a bunch of fucking dynamite on the back of this tank, and he lights it. And as he's going towards them, they have this barricade, which is the border, by the way.
Yeah, that's why he has to get over. That's why he does it, because it's not about him escaping.
Yeah,
it's about him getting over the border.
Yes, and it blows up the back of the tank and propels it forward, and he does a fucking front flip, Tony Hawk style, over the border, over these fucking Russian Nazis.
They're looking,
and lands, and and he's all fucked up from this. Obviously, you know who's not fucked up? His fucking dog.
The dog's too special.
Yes, this dog should have died in the first one.
19 times.
I'm telling you right now, it would have been a much better story if his dog died in the first one.
Well, you can't go after somebody because they kill your dog anymore. That's John Wick territory.
Yeah, so, but
I love those movies with the balls out action, especially when it's a story about somebody who underestimates somebody.
Yeah,
I just love that. I love the fact that this entire Russian/Nazi army thought this guy can't be what they say he is, and they find out he's exactly what they say.
He's exactly what they say he is. Yeah, but yeah, I didn't like it as much as the first.
It's not as tight as the first one. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
it's not as tight as the first one.
It's still a very enjoyable movie, though. It is still very much enjoyable and entertaining, and shock and awe, kind of factor to it. I would still recommend going and watching it, but watch the first one first and then watch the second one.
I think the first one cost $8 million to make, which is stunning. It's so dirt cheap. I mean, Project Hail Mary is $250 million, so use that as a guide. The second one cost $10 million to make and just barely hit $10 million. So usually that no sequel.
Yeah.
But now it's a smash hit on streaming.
Yeah.
And there could be SISU 3 coming along the road, especially here's $10 million.
Like, what are they gonna do? Like,
it's Sisu in space.
Here's the thing, though. Like, in my opinion, they did not need to make a second.
They didn't need to.
They didn't.
I'm glad they did.
I see. I'm kind of sad that they did make a sequel, because I think the first one, as its own, I would say is a perfect standalone movie. Right? Like, you didn't need this backstory about how his family died and the person who did it and all this other stuff. I think how the first one was written and how the screenplay was and how everything was put together with that movie, I think, in my opinion, is a perfect standalone movie. It didn't need a sequel. This definitely doesn't need a third movie. What the fuck they're going to do with the third one? They're going to go and, sneak in and blow up his home this time.
I want a third one. Bring it.
Yeah, I don't think it needs it.
You're right. It doesn't need it. And you're right. Also, it didn't need the other sequel. It was obviously done for money, because that first one was made a lot of money comparatively.
Yeah.
I think the first one grossed $26 million.
Yeah.
And this one barely grossed 10. So
yeah,
there's a big difference. But I like those characters, and I like to see returning movies like that. And I can see your point. It kind of tarnishes the original when you don't have one when the sequel's not quite as good. And that's virtually every movie ever made. The sequel's never, with the possible exception of Godfather 2 and maybe Star Wars. I don't know.
I have never actually seen any of the Godfather movies.
They take some concentration and some time.
Yeah.
If you're going to watch those movies, you need to get everybody out of the house and have 3 hours per movie.
Oh my God.
To get through them. But you'll be glad you did. They're classic for a reason.
Speaking of action movies, we talked about it earlier, but the Alan Ritchson drama,
yes,
that happened.
That sure took a turn.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, Alan Ritchson, and we talked about the Reacher series. Alan Ritchson is like 6'15", about as wide as he is tall. He's a big fucking dude. Well, his fucking neighbor decided to be an absolute prick, and this video shows up on the internet of Alan Ritchson just beating the fuck out of his neighbor. And it was clearly a half taken video.
Instantly people went, why does it start there?
Yeah. Instantly people were like, what the hell? And obviously it was the neighbor that videoed, like the neighbor went to go get their phone and then started videoing. And it just shows Alan Ritchson just wailing on this fucking neighbor. And then people were like, oh my God, Alan Ritchson beating up his neighbor, blah, 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 assault this and assault that. But like most of the community, most of the people were like, what did that guy do?
Yeah.
Right. Everyone was like, what did that guy do? Like, I don't want to cast judgment on this. Right. Which is pretty good for the internet. Most of the internet's always like, yeah, fuck that guy, fucking celebrities, blah, blah, blah. But everyone was kind of like not really on the neighbor's side initially.
Nobody wanted to be.
No one wanted to
be. They love Ritchson.
Yeah, and then the neighbor spoke out about how, about how he was basically assaulted by Reacher and how he's the victim in all of this. And then the next day, The next day, Alan Richson fucking uploads his GoPro footage from his motorcycle.
First thing he did was he made one post in that time before that second video was released, and it said, let your enemies make their mistakes before you act.
Yes.
And he did. So look, he released this edited video, and then
Richson releases his body. He had a GoPro strapped to his chest, and he was riding through his neighborhood with his two sons, and on a motorcycle. And clear as day, the fucking neighbor runs out in front of Richson on his motorcycle. Runs out in front of him. Richson brakes. The motorcycle goes forward, and Alan Richson falls. And then the neighbor's giving him a hard time, still harassing him. And then the neighbor pushes Richson, and then Richson just beats the shit out of him.
At that point, it becomes self-defense.
Yes. And here's what the smart thing that Richson did. He didn't beat the fuck out of him and then continue to beat the fuck out of him. He beat the shit out of him, told him to stay down. The guy went to get up again. He fucking wails on him one more time and then walks away. You know, You do the thing about self-defense is it doesn't become self-defense anymore when you start beating on someone who's on the ground.
That's right.
You eliminate the threat and you walk away from it. And that's exactly what Richson did. And the police department came out and said there's going to be no charges because it was all self-defense. They reviewed the video, everything else.
What else did they say? If anybody should be pressing charges here, it should be Richson, not.
Richson said he was not going to do that. He did not want to press charges. I'm sure there was a bit of an agreement between him and his neighbor that he would not press charges if he did not sue him, which is probably the best course of action. Because that neighbor
now with the police on his side, even the difference between criminal court and legal court is the amount.
Like litigation.
The civil court.
Civil
is that. The preponderance of evidence in a criminal case, you need to prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt. I think it's like 60% or 70% in civil.
Yeah.
So there was that possibility existed that he could have got. But then when the police reports come out, it's like, no, I don't think you have a leg to stand on, dude.
And
especially now.
I even said it to Scott in text messages before the police report came out, and I was like, Richson did everything smart. He didn't beat on the guy when he was on the ground. He walked away, all this stuff. I was like, I really don't see a good opportunity for the neighbor to sue Richson for a paycheck. Basically, it would be really hard. And you would say, oh, they would just settle out of court. And that's 100% because it's cheaper to settle out of court than it is to draw this out. But I don't even think the neighbor has a leg to stand on.
I think he'll be foolish if he continues. But now here's the next thing about this whole thing. People are refusing to believe it. All of a sudden, there's this whole group of people who are attacking Richson, saying, "No, it was it was his fault." Did you see the video? Did you see what the police said? But they want to burn him so bad because he's a celebrity, and a beloved celebrity. I love his Instagram posts and stuff. He looks like a fun guy to hang out with.
Chris doesn't particularly like him, and I think he said something anti-gun or anti-something.
Well, he's not a Trump fan at all.
Yeah, maybe it was an anti-Trump thing or this.
He's a Republican, but he does not like Trump.
Yeah, he seems like he seems like kind of like a gun kind of guy, but I mean there are plenty of Republicans out there that don't like Trump. I'm one of them. I don't particularly like Trump all that much, but it's so funny because like people confuse the actor for their character.
Yeah.
Michael Gross is probably one of the biggest, Michael Gross plays.
He's very liberal.
Burt Gummer,
yeah.
Probably one of the most Republican characters ever to exist
in the Tremor series.
And like, I see so much because Michael Gross is I follow him on Instagram because he sells some merch and things like that.
He's a cool guy.
And he'll post very, very liberal things, which is fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I listen to other people's opinions, even if they don't listen to my opinions, but he posts very liberal stuff. And his comment section is full of people that are like, oh, well, you're Burt Gummer and this is, and I'm like, yeah, that's a fucking character. This is not
Burt Gummer. Yeah, he's playing him.
He's paid to be Burt Gummer.
Yes.
Like this is, the anti-government, this, and that, kind of character. But he's not that person in real life. He does it very well,
Yes,
but he's not
he
that
does.
person in real life. And that's
what an actor's job is, to be somebody else.
Yes. So,
and like I said, I'll never say anything bad about Michael Gross, and you know my story.
yes.
I interviewed him at one point and told him how much my son and I enjoyed the Tremors movies, and he sent my son an autograph picture.
Yeah.
And I didn't ask for it. That's all of a sudden in the mail one day. There's a 8x10 from Michael Gross signed to Josh.
Yeah.
How freaking cool is that?
So yeah, I think we have to separate characters from the actor, because we realize that the characters are not who the actor really is. They're paid to be that person. So, but yeah. But yeah, that Alan Ritchson drama, I immediately, the first time I saw that, I was immediately on Ritchson's side, because one, it was a half video. It literally only showed half of the story.
The way it started, you knew there was stuff that they
knew there was shit
that the neighbor did not want you to see.
Yeah, and then
knew it was there.
And yeah, I mean, who doesn't fucking hate a Karen neighbor that just constantly, you're riding up and down? That's what these streets are for. Yeah.
And I got to tell you, this is another thing I noticed, that when that guy was complaining about them racing around the neighborhood, you'll notice on the video when they're racing around the neighborhood that Ritchson, when he was on his bike, he was approaching almost 27 miles an hour.
27 miles an hour. Oh my God. And here's the thing about those, especially Ritchson's bike, those Kawasaki, I believe that was a Kawasaki. Those fucking things are loud as fuck at lower speeds.
Yeah.
Very, very loud bikes. So, especially if it's like 1,000 cc, like really loud in a dropped gear at 20 miles an hour. Like, yeah.
That neighbor's problem was that's not his job. He's not a policeman. If he really had an issue, he should have called the police, and the police would have come out and said, they're not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, Ritchson would have showed him the fucking GoPro, and he was like, yeah, I was going 25 miles an hour driving up and down the street with my sons, on their bikes.
No, well, what? Yeah, but that guy didn't want to do that. He wanted an incident.
He wanted an incident, and he got it, and he got fucking beat for it. And kudos to Ritchson for beating that fucking asshole up. Hopefully he'll never do that again.
Imagine the tension in that neighborhood right now, though.
Yeah, don't fucking mess with a 6'8" fucking gorilla of a human.
Dude, yeah. Anyway, I'm glad that's over, and Reacher season 4 is going to be out this later this year. So
hell yeah. I watched another movie. Go to your text, but what was the name of that movie that I watched? Because I can't exit out of Stream Manager on my phone.
Jaws the Revenge.
It was a Jackie Chan and John Cena movie.
We talked a lot about SISU.
We did. Because I watched
Hidden Strike.
Yes, Hidden Strike.
You know what? I have seen Hidden Strike. I told you I hadn't heard of it.
Yeah.
When you mentioned John Cena, I have.
Yeah, it is a John Cena and Jackie Chan movie. It was okay.
It's a big silly movie too.
It's just a big silly movie. John Cena plays essentially a mercenary, but he's taking care of this village of orphans, and he's taking all these little orphan kids in, and he's doing stuff for money. And he did one job, like the last job kind of thing, and got paid for it. And then his brother was like, I got one more job, the people that killed so-and-so and this and that. And, it's going to pay a ton. And he's like, I have the village to worry about and all this other shit. And he ends up doing this one last job, and it's definitely not what his brother said it was. And
don't listen to your brother. They lie.
Yeah. Fucking brothers. Moving to Costa Rica and shit, having fun. Motherfucker. That's Scott's brother, not mine. And so, like, it was an okay movie, it was kind of all over the place, a typical like Jackie Chan. It's definitely not like his older days.
He can't do what he did in the older days.
No,
he'd die this time. He should have died back then.
Yeah, and
he didn't. But when I look at that movie, I thought that movie would be unwatchable if it wasn't for Jackie Chan and John Cena.
Oh, 100%.
It's just,
it would be dog shit.
Trash.
It would be absolutely.
But with those two guys, it elevates it because I love both of them. They're both very funny, and I still can't get over how much heart John Cena has in every role he plays. even if he's playing a badass, he's got such heart.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me. I like that guy a lot. I'm surprised how much I like John Cena.
Yeah. Yeah. Action movie. I do like me some action movies, but it was okay. It's on Netflix. It's a fun little put on.
It's a Netflix movie, isn't it?
Is it a Netflix movie?
So.
Oh, it could be. I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Just watch it.
If
you've got nothing else to do, you watch that.
Speaking of action stars, rest in peace to Chuck Norris.
Yes. We talked about that, and I on the Backseat Mogul show, and I had some questions, and I got some hate mail. So
did you really?
I really did. Yeah.
Oh.
My question is this: it was a simple question, and I no diss against Chuck Norris or anything, but he's such an icon, and I wanted to know why. And so John, of course, who is a huge Chuck Norris fan, says, "Well, because he made so many great movies." I go, "Did he?"
No.
Look up the Rotten Tomatoes. There's not one. There's like 2 movies that hit the 60s. Everything else is way down in the 20s.
Chuck Norris basically got very popular over the Chuck Norris jokes.
That's exactly was my point. That's what made him.
The internet made him famous over these,
That and I will give him Walker Texas Ranger.
It was Walker Texas Ranger. I think that was Chuck Norris's like big, because Walker Texas Ranger was ridiculous, absolutely.
It was
ridiculous, but his movies are trash.
So that's so John said, well, he made a lot of good movies. First, he didn't make a lot of good movies. He made a lot of bad movies.
Yes.
And then the second, and then John goes, well, at least he put butts in the seat. And I go, did he? Let's look at that. All of Chuck Norris's movies combined made $500 million total. That's less than that's a quarter of Zootopia.
That is what Avatar cost to make.
Yes. So it just like that doesn't wash either. And the worst thing is 2 of the movies weren't even Chuck Norris movies. One was The Expendables 2. He's in it.
Yeah.
Not a Chuck Norris movie. The other one was Dodgeball.
Yes.
He's got a cameo in Dodgeball. You don't count that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I said, I just want to know what made him an icon. And I threw out the fact that, yes, I think it was Walker, Texas Ranger, and those memes.
Yes.
Those memes became hugely popular.
Yes.
And I got email from people telling me that I was an idiot. I got people that I was a hater. I got one email from a guy who said, I never thought about that way, but you're right. And one guy went so far as to not only send me an email, a hater email, he started posting on websites how terrible a writer I was. Dude.
Damn, I want that kind of attention. Chuck Norris sucked. He deserved to die, damn it. Fucking email me, Devin, at fucking... I don't want to give...
roughedgestudios@gmail.com.
roughedgestudios@gmail.com. Tell me how much of a fucking retard I am.
It was crazy.
But yeah, Walker Texas Ranger, because Walker Texas Ranger had so many like what the fuck moments.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it? Was it Haley Joel Osment that was in that? No, the little kid that had AIDS. Walker told me I have AIDS.
We'll see if we can find him.
It wasn't Haley Joel Osment.
Was it? Well, that's considered the most epic Walker level.
It's Lucas Sims, played by Haley Joel Osment. Yeah,
it was. Okay.
Osment. Yeah.
And who knew then that he really could see dead people?
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, here's the thing. Like, Chuck Norris, what really rose to the popularity with Chuck Norris with this was the fact that Chuck Norris played along with it as well. Like, he had moments where he would like, it was like YouTube videos of him like saying his Chuck Norris jokes, or interviews on late night TV of him saying his, Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups. He pushes the earth down and back up again, like that dumb shit. And it was Reddit and 4chan that really skyrocketed Chuck Norris to the popularity,
the icon level.
Yes. It wasn't his movies. I mean, Walker Texas Ranger definitely helped with that, because I remember watching Walker Texas Ranger, and it was
my dad's favorite show, bar none. But you have to understand, my dad liked stuff that was funny, like that. So,
and he sang that intro, right?
In
the eyes.
I think he did. Yeah.
The unsuspected stranger.
I will tell you a couple.
The truth from wrong, from right.
2 Chuck Norris stories.
Okay.
The first one is I remember when they were filming the original Walker, Texas Ranger, the first episode.
Yep.
And I don't know it was the first episode, but it was one of the few episodes they'd shot. And the producers came to him and said, we got to shut down. We're out of money. And they're all, what do you mean we're out of money? He goes, we're out of money. We can't shoot anymore. So they shut down the production. Production went away. The show aired for the first time that Saturday, and it was #1. And they went, oh, we found some money. So I thought that was a cool story. My favorite Chuck Norris story, though, this was told to me by my old theater manager. And I've told this on every other show. I'm surprised I haven't told it here, but this is a great story. There was a Chuck Norris movie with Bruce Lee. Now, there's been some argument whether it's Year of the Dragon or the other one, the other dragon movie. So I don't know which one it was. But my old boss was managing the Man Chinese Theater. And so they had the movie playing there, Enter the Dragon. But I'm not sure which one it was. And they wanted to do a promotion. So they built a boxing ring in the parking lot of the Chinese Theater. And if you could last 1 minute in the ring with Chuck Norris, you won $50. Brought Chuck Norris down, put him in the ring, waited for people to want to get in the ring with him. Here was the problem. Chuck Norris showed up and he was in a foul mood. He didn't want to be there. He thought it was a stupid idea. He didn't want to be fighting people off the street. He was pissed off. He was grumpy. He was just miserable. People got in the ring. They were knocked out immediately. He beat, my boss's exact words were, he beat the shit out of like 9 people. And he said, I knew we were in trouble when the second person to get in the ring was this drunken soldier. Drunken sailor. And so the sailor goes climbing over the rope. He's done. Nobody, of course, got close to Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris just wanted out of there. So he just popped him and knocked him out.
That's fucking hilarious.
That's a great story.
Oh my God.
That's almost icon worth right there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but rest in peace, Chuck Norris. You will be missed.
He did have a place, no matter what.
Forgotten.
Yes, he had a place. There's no question. And
yes.
I kept telling people, I'm not dissing him. I just want to know what made him the icon. And then, of course, I started reading about all the martial arts awards he won, and he won a buttload.
Yeah, he was an incredibly talented martial artist. So,
anyway,
what did he die from?
They haven't said yet officially, but I mean, there's video of him 2 days before his death on the beach in Kauai.
Yeah,
fighting.
Yeah,
he looked good.
Yeah.
So either there's a couple of theories. Either there was a heart attack or an aneurysm, which sometimes you can't find.
Yeah.
Or he fell.
Yeah.
You know, like Ace Frehley. Ace Frehley fell down the stairs and that killed him.
Yeah.
So who knows? But it was something like that. I'm sure we'll find out.
Yeah.
Sad, but
very sad. Very sad. He was an internet icon for sure.
Yes.
So.
Oh yeah. And I waited for somebody to come up with a good line because of course, the day he died, everybody started coming up with these. Well, Chuck Norris, and none of them were any good until I got this one. This was my favorite one. Chuck Norris announces he'll be his own pallbearer. Perfect. That's what I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Because I mean, let me see if I can find John's. You can imagine how that is.
Oh God. Uncreative.
It was. I'm not even gonna look it up. But it was something like Chuck Norris didn't die. He went to heaven to teach the archangels how to beat up demons.
Were we supposed to laugh?
Oh, okay.
We need a laugh track.
It doesn't, yeah. It doesn't even have the right rhythm. It's like, no, you kind of blew that. So next week will be our last show for 3 weeks.
On Easter?
Oh, shit. Is next week Easter?
Next week is Easter.
So we won't be back until May.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You going to Hawaii?
Yeah. Well, hold on. That can't be right, can it? I think it is right. Hold on. We're checking our calendar live on the air. So
maybe, just maybe, I'll stream from home. No camera. I don't have a camera set up on my computer, but maybe I'll stream from home.
Okay. So April 5th is, I'll be in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I'll be back on the 26th, so we can do a show on the 26th.
Okay.
So April 26th, we'll see y'all back right here.
Yeah.
But until then, we're going to be, what are you guys doing for Easter? Anything? Do you cook something special on Easter?
I don't know. I might cook something special on Easter, but
I mean, is that one of your typical? I know there's days that you make certain things.
We go hiking on Easter, typically up on.
Jesus.
Yeah. I know.
I'm not a hiker. They want me to hike when I go to Hawaii, and I'm like, I'll just sit down at the bottom of the thing and read. But
I'll wait for you at the trailhead.
That's exactly it. Yeah. So we Doug's going to be in town, so we're going to do a bigger Easter than normal because Doug's here.
Oh, okay.
He'll be here on Thursday. So
Nice.
All right, folks, we'll see you in March 26th. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you're listening and you would like to watch, just go to roughedge.tv. Please like or subscribe. It doesn't hurt you and it helps us. And we got a new subscriber Friday on the Friday Shot Day show.
Oh, nice.
A bartender from Reno was listening because he saw our Pele Utu ad and wanted to know more about us.
Oh, nice.
So he was talked to us for the whole show and offered some opinions. It's cool when you're in the chat room with us. We do appreciate that.
Yeah.
We're out. See you later.
We're sending it over to B Valentine. She's playing some Dark Souls right now.
Brought to you by The Grape, Ventura County's premier jazz venue and cocktail lounge, located at 2733 East Main Street in Ventura. For menu and music schedule, visit them online at thegrape.club. This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.